We're going to be taking a look at setting up a split class for eTeacher. Specifically, this will be a split class for grade 6s and 7, a 6-7 split, one of the more tricky items that you would need to set up under the Profile Manager. We'll be using the School Manager tool for all of our work today, so let's go ahead and open up School Manager. You'll want to first ensure that you're working at the right school. If you've got multiple schools listed on the left-hand side, make sure you go ahead and select your school of choice. And next, what you'll likely want to do is head over to the Students tab. The reason why this is interesting is you can get an overview of how the students have been set up and the corresponding homerooms. So as you can see here, I've got grade 5s in 5A, grade 6s in 6A, 7B, and I'm very interested in 6-7B. And one of the tricks that I do here is once I've found my homeroom that I'll be building, I'll actually go in and I'll select the homeroom field, and I will copy the text designating that homeroom value. The reason why is on the next step, when we set up the homeroom profile, it needs to exactly match this string of text in order to find the students later. So let's do that now. I'm going to go over and select the homerooms tab. And from homerooms, we are interested in creating a new profile. So we'll choose create homeroom profile, indicated here with the little sun. And the first step is I need to give my profile a name. So I'll be going in and pasting, in fact, the text that I selected before. That's 6/7B. You can also type it in as well if you like. But again, it does have to exactly match what's been assigned to your students. Now, in the case of a 6-7 split, we're actually going to be assigning a whole lot of classes to this profile. And the funny thing is, we'll be assigning both the grade 6 and the grade 7 complement of classes to a single profile. That means you'll be giving grade 7 specific classes such as geography and history, in addition to grade 6 specific classes such as social studies, all under a single profile. And later on, we're going to see how we can resolve it and make sure that the grade 6s will only see the grade 6 classes, and the grade 7s will get to the right spot for their grade 7 classes. So I'll be going ahead and selecting the classes that I need. Optionals for grade 7s, geography, history. You'll have a choice for classes such as homeroom that are common to both. You can see here I could either designate this as being in the grade 6 course or the grade 7 course. It doesn't matter. Either will work. Just in terms of keeping it straight in your own mind, you may want to make a choice and stick to it. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and create all of my standard classes under the grade 7 profile. So I'm selecting homeroom, language, all grade 7. But again, I could equally choose the grade 6 courses without difficulty. Mathematics, science and tech. And again, so here we're choosing the social studies class, and we're also adding it to the profile. So a grade 6 specific class being added to the 6-7 profile. I've got my full complement here. Typically in September, you're going to be setting up new classes. You won't have any existing classes in the school. My second column here for classes designates new class all the way through. So I'm going to be actually creating new classes today. You would be presented with a list of existing classes in the system if you were doing work halfway through the year or a little bit later on in September after you've created some initial profiles. But typically you'll want to keep this set to new class. Next up, I need to assign my teachers to each class. Easily done. If I use the drop down, I've got a listing of all the available staff in each school. So go through here and quickly assign each teacher. And we're done. So just to review, what we've done is we have created a homeroom profile, 6/7B. It's going to be composed of both grade 6 and 7 students. And we are taking the unusual step of adding both grade 7 and grade 6 specific classes to this profile, such as geography, history, and social studies. So when I'm satisfied with the setup, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and hit the Create button. This is going to do a few things. It will create the classes in the system. It will also add each of these teachers and assign them to the classes. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Create. Once that's done, you'll also see a few new buttons at the bottom. You have the option of deleting this profile. You can also delete the profile and all the classes. If you've made a mistake and you've not yet assigned your students, this is still in the early initial setup portion of the year, I'd recommend you use the delete profile and classes button. That'll not only remove the work that you've just done, this classroom profile, but it'll also remove all the created classes as well. And you'll avoid having to hunt and pick through the classes tab here to remove the unwanted classes that we just created. It'll do it all for you in one step. So what we haven't done at this point is assign any students to 6/7B. That's really done up at the top. We have the batch update students tool. This basically will search through your student roster. It will match up any student that is in the 6/7B homeroom, and it will put them into the assigned homeroom here that we've just created. And that's why it's very important to match up the profile name with the homeroom value field under the student tab that we were looking at a little ways before. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Apply Now. You'll get a little dialogue telling you what you're about to do. We're about to take all the students and apply them to their designated classrooms. And then it's going to report back and tell me what it's done. So it's gone ahead here, it has applied the profile, and it has added the matching students into the class. So now we have created all the classes, we've assigned all the teachers, we've assigned all the students, but we have grade 6 students attending geography and history, and we have grade 7 students attending social studies. So we need to correct that, but it's quite easy to do. We're going to go ahead and move over now to the Classes tab. And I'm going to set my filters here to the grade that I'm interested in. So let's say we want to correct the issue of grade 7s being in social studies. So I'm going to go ahead, filter by grade 6. I now have all of my grade 6 corresponding courses available. I'm going to open up and take a look, and I can see that I have my 6/7 class inside the social studies course. You can open up any of these courses just by clicking on the little plus sign here. So what I'm interested in doing is editing the course level here for social studies, and I can do that by clicking on the little pen that's available here between the X and the 25. Once I've done that, you'll see all the corresponding information for the course. I can see that it is assigned to grade 6. I can see that it is assigned to social studies. And the little trick that we're going to do today is we're going to switch out the grade, allowing me to see just the grade 7s that have been assigned to this course. These grade assignments here act as a filter for when I'm viewing the students in my class. So if I go ahead here and open up the class as well, all of these students that are listed are in fact the grade 6 students, filtered out by the grade that I have selected here under the course level. If I were to go ahead and select grade 7, which I'm about to do, and click Save, I'm now going to see both the grade 6s and the grade 7s under this list. but I really only want to see the grade 7s because I need to take them out of this classroom. So I'm going back up to my course level for social studies. I am deselecting grade 6. So you'll recall we started off with grade 6. I've now selected grade 7, and I'm deselecting grade 6. I just want to see the grade 7s here. I just want to be in the position of removing them from the class. So I'm going down, I'm going to hit save. And now I'm interested in editing the class for 6-7B. So all these students who are now listed here under 6-7B are my grade 7 students, the ones that should not be attending this class. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to deselect them. Done. So we've gone through, we've removed all the grade 7 students from the class. I want to save these changes now. Save. I'm going to go back to my course level for social studies. Click edit. I want to reverse the change. I want to now take a look at grade 6. I'll deselect grade 7. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now let's take a peek in the class for 6-7B. So here, 6-7B, the only students that I have assigned at this point are my grade 6s. I've cleared out all the grade 7s. And it's a very easy way of doing it, in that you don't really have to think all that much. Once you've set the correct course grade, it's very quick to clear out those students that you don't need. So we'll go through another example here. I'm going to go ahead and save this up. And let's do the inverse. I'm going to go into grade 7. I'm presented with all my grade 7 courses, and let's do the same treatment for geography. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the course level for geography, so this line here. Grade 7 is selected, but I'm interested in seeing the grade 6 students that are assigned, so I'm going to deselect grade 7. I'm going to select grade 6, hit save, open up the course for grade 7 geography, and there's my waiting class 6/7B. And these students here are all of the grade 6s that need to be removed from the class. So just as I did before with social studies, I'm going to clear them out. Clearing out all the grade 6s. From this grade 7 class. And we're done. We're going to save up this result. I'm going to go back to my course level for geography. Select grade 7, remove grade 6. Take a peek back here in the class, make sure that I'm happy. And yes, so all of my grade 7s here are still assigned. So let's take a look at one of the results here. So I'll choose Alphonse. And I want to go under the Student tab. And go ahead and search for Alphonse. There he is. Grade 7 student assigned to the homeroom profile 6-7B. And then I can scroll down and take a look at all the classes that have been assigned to Alphonse so far. And let's see how we're doing. So he's in geography, he's in history. This is good for a grade 7 student. And you'll note that he's also been removed from social studies. So he's in good shape for the year. So what would we need to do? Further to this, we'd have to go ahead and clear out the grade 6s from the history course, And we'd also have to, for this example, remove the grade 6s from information technology, seeing as that's a grade 7 specific class as well. So quite straightforward. Going through, just to recap, we're going to go into the homeroom profile. We're creating a profile for the split class. We are assigning the full complement of classes, both for grade 6s and grade 7s. We're going to go ahead, save it up. This creates the classes. We've assigned the teachers to the profile, so they're also at this point being added in. We're going to add our students by clicking on the Apply Now button, putting the students into each class. And then we're interested in removing the students from the incorrect class. So we're going to be taking our grade 6s out of the grade 7 classes and grade 7 students out of the grade 6 specific classes. And we're doing that under the Classes tab, going into a subject such as history, editing the course code, swapping the grades so we can see the grade 6 students only, and then editing and removing the grade 6 students from the class until only grade 7 students remain. And that's it.